Hey, I have hit the button. Guess what? We're live. Take it away, Matt.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Stack Your Live. I'm the internet's credit card raccoon, or you know me from my YouTube channel and Stack Your Points. Joined as always by RJ. RJ, how you doing today?
I am doing very well. It is Thursday, which is one of my favorite days of the week. Like, I enjoy doing I love doing the podcast. I love doing my videos. I have found joy in mocking credit cards online. That has been really fun for me. I did the business green today, which was super fun. I got very snarky at that one. I made a Halloween analogy, which I think is really good. Anyway, I love doing my stuff. I love doing the podcast, but Thursday lives where we get a bunch of people in the chat and we get to just have a bit of fun are probably my favorite single bit during the week. So I definitely enjoy doing these.
Absolutely. No, good to hear. And 2 Minute Points of Miles is your new channel. It's been pretty fun to watch you skewer some cards in a snarky way.
I will, it's the thing of I do want to talk about certain things that are more serious, but I have the podcast for that, right? And a lot of the things that I want to talk about more seriously, are kind of boring in that respect, right? Like having just 2 minutes to talk about a serious topic is kind of boring. So I have the podcast to talk about the big stuff or the serious stuff. Like I can do the funny things in 2 minutes, and it keeps the joke from wearing out when I only have 2 minutes to make the joke.
Right. No, that definitely makes sense. Sorry, I'm just looking for a video of yours so that I could throw the channel into the chat. Yeah, we are expecting snowpocalypse over the weekend, definitely in the Northeast. I am weighing the question, do I want to travel to Hyde Park this weekend and stay in Hyde Park until at least Monday, or stay home?
I think you should probably just stay home.
I think I'll probably be better off just staying home.
Fun is fun, MR. Fun is nice. Tampa travel, if you go to 2 Minutes Points of Miles on the YouTubes, you can find me. Matt just grabbed my channel. Yep. It's in the chat. If you go to SYP, if you go to stackyourpoints.com, stackyourpoints.com, if you go under the host tab, you can go down and all of our channels are there. Once Craig goes live officially on his, I'll add his channel to things. But yeah, no, I enjoy it. I've done the Platinum, I've done the CSR, I've done the Venture X, I've done the City Strata Elite. I did the Business Green today, which Tariq, who was in the chat, I was talking to him. I went a little hard on it. I don't do the boring card. Like the active cash, I will probably never do because what can you say about it, right? Like it's a 2% catch-all card. There's not a whole lot of fun there. So it's a lot of just, having a bit of fun, talking about things. I'll talk about the programs. I'm going to do Hilton and Hyatt and all of that, but I'm getting through some of the base cards first.
Makes sense. Tariq with his own little bit of trolling, asking if this is a 9-month-old free zone. Oh, sorry.
I thought you were trolling about the senator. Yes, there's also that. So should we talk about why Tariq is giving me a little guff about 9-month-olds?
Yeah, what happened?
So I have the Palladium by Built.
Noted Built enthusiast RJ.
Noted Hyatt and Built enthusiast RJ. So this was not planned. So as we did last week, I said that if we got the annual fee, I would get the card. So I had done the pre-auth to make sure that I could get it, right? I didn't think we were going to get $400 in the chat. I wasn't delusional, but I did the pre-auth mostly because they used a background check or a check for credit that usually Rent does. People who are renting do. And I wanted to see that, how that would work. And I wanted to see what my limit would be. So just curiosity, right? So I did the pre-auth, and I declined the card because I don't really have interest in built, or I don't have practical interest in built. I have sort of the academic of doing a podcast and doing the live every week. And then on Wednesday, I was looking up the changes to Built Cash and seeing, after listening to your videos, seeing if the website made those changes, right? Versus like what's on Reddit versus what's actually on the website. I work from home and I don't start my day super early. I start my day, my day starts at 11. So I was downstairs and my nephew, who is 9 months old, hence the 9-month-old free zone, was here, and I had my phone unlocked on the island, and he hit some buttons, and somehow that led me, because I was on that page, he tapped just right, and I had already done the pre-auth. So I now have the Built Palladium card. So I will be working the sub for that, because I am not going to not work the sub now that I have to pay the annual fee. So I will be doing that. I will be figuring out where those points are going to go. If they're going to go to IHG, if they're going to go to Hyatt, if they're going to go, I mean, I have like 20,000 miles with United. I could port them to United and fly a United flight somewhere. Again, would I? Probably not, but I could really piss the internet off and take my roughly 60,000 points with Built and put them in Marriott and then get 20,000 miles with Delta. Probably not doing that, but I could. So I have some options. But yeah, I have the Palladium. Of course, me being me, I didn't do a pre-auth for the blue or the Obsidian. I did the Palladium. So yeah, no, it's not a bad. It's not a bad idea, Keith.
Clinton's doing backup and primary flights for Saturday and Sunday. Makes sense.
So here's the thing, and if I don't know if I'll ever get 500 member or 500 subs on my on 2 Minute. If I ever get 500 and I get memberships, the membership tier is going to be the uncut video, because so far every uncut video has been at least 4 minutes, and then I cut down. I always make sure I have more material, because I don't want to do a video that's like a minute, right? Like if it's 2 minutes, points and miles, you'll notice the end cap and the beginning cap. So the graphic that's up before you see me and at the end of the video, it's just the image. Those will change sizes depending on the video. So if it's like 1 minute and 58 seconds, it'll be really short on both sides. If it's 1 minute and 55 seconds, they'll both be a little bit longer. So it should always be roughly the 2 minutes exactly. But I start with like 4.5 minutes and I cut down to 2. So I have enough material because some jokes, like you can only make some jokes so many times in the video to have it work. So I have to cut to have it all feel biting and not laggy. But yeah, so I did it. I did the Built video. The Built refresh is a video I did. I think it turned out well. I also do shorts. So I take the video that I cut, the 2 minute video I cut, and then I cut usually about between 30 seconds and a minute off of that. And that goes into shorts and it refers back to the full video. So you all know how much I like to talk. So it does require a certain level of cutting, but I've enjoyed making them. The Built one took time. Like I watched all of Matt's videos on Built to try to like understand it enough to do the jokes in a way that I thought would land. So it's been a lot of fun.
Let me tell you, I'm sure I've got 4 more Built videos to do in the next like 2 weeks because they're going to change the program 2 more times. Also,
it was Babies First credit card.
Yeah. Does Built Platinum get a boost with, I'm assuming Alaska Airlines is a partner? I haven't seen any additional benefits for Built Platinum status. You do get to, with Built Platinum, you do get to status match to Flying Blue Gold, and you get to status match to Virgin Voyages, one of Virgin Voyages statuses. I haven't seen any new status to like Atmos. And I'm assuming that's what you mean by AA, because other AA is no longer a partner with Built. And third AA might want to ask if Built wants to take the first step.
I am not putting him on as an AU. He doesn't need a credit card. All he's interested right now is like Bluey and naps. So I think he'll be all right. No, if he didn't press the buttons, I wasn't getting the card. If you've ever watched an episode of Stack Your Points, I am the most skeptical of Built, and this is like on a podcast where Matt is there. So do that as your mental math. But yeah, no, I wasn't planning on getting the card because my partners are Hilton, IHG, and Delta. Those are my three partners that I am in a committed polycule with. Like, and they have Hilton, but it's 1-to-1. I have better transfer rates from Amex, and I have the IHG card. So, yeah, I have not watched Sebi's Built video, but it is on my list. I now have a credit card channel, so I can watch all of the credit cards and actually reply to them and comment, which is nice. So,
yeah, Sebi's I haven't watched yet. I just watched Traveling on Everyday Spends just before, and Damien also ripped into the program.
So here's the thing, right? And you and I, if you watch the Stack Your Points video, we put out Matt's topic. We put it out as a standalone video, and then the topics are out now. Q&A will be out on Friday. You, me, and Lonnie, because we were the three on. Craig was not on. Lifed. Yep. We're not, and I think this is a distinction that I don't see a lot. And sorry, guys, I'm playing with a pen. This is a distinction I'm not seeing. The three of us were not critical of the actual get a card, here's the transfer partners, 2x everything on the Palladium with, credit. Like, do I, as a owner of the Platinum, do I think the way the credits are is silly? Yes. But the actual program, like the actual, have this card, do this, transfer points out, that is not the problem in all of this. And I think that gets do I think the program is well designed? No. Do I think the program is the worst designed there is? No. Right? The program is the least of the concerns sort of all of this. And I think the three of us mostly agreed on that. And I think you have to separate out the program and the company. And not a lot of people are doing that when I'm watching their videos on it all together.
Yeah. I always say that there's the three pillars of Built. There's the program, there's the card, and there's the company. The card, up until last week, was solid. Wasn't great. Wasn't, the greatest thing since sliced bread or peanut butter, whatever you want to say. But it was a solid card. The new cards, I think the Palladium is a great card. Independent of the program and the company, I think the Palladium is a really, really interesting card. Is it the best? No. Is it a great travel card? No. Is it a huge lifestyle card? Also no. But it has a defined role and it has a defined use case. That being, and the Obsidian, I think, is a perfect complement to a well set up, or a more likely a chase setup, because you just flip that sucker over to grocery, earn 3x on grocery up to 25K per year, throw those 75,000 points at Hyatt, United, Southwest, Marriott, IHG, whatever else is coverage between Chase and Built. It's a perfect complementary card. It's like the missing card in the Chase setup. Now, paying $95 for that, not amazing, but it's still a really good card and can play a certain role. I think the blue card is stupid.
The blue card was the zero for zero, right? Like that's why that card exists. Yeah. But like, I think the $95 annual fee, that card is for people who either don't need, can't afford $500, right? Like that is the card, or you have the CSR and you don't want a second card that is functionally the same type of card, right? Like that's what that $95 is. And also, let's be honest, I am not a points buyer, but 75,000 points in a currency I can use for $95 annual fee, like even I would take that, right? Like if you offered me, you know, a Amex card where I could get up to 75,000 points and I had to pay them $95, I would. I paid $95 for the business green. Like, let's be honest. Most of us would take
$95, $95 for the shopper's cash.
Yeah, but that one I've gotten back almost like $400 of cash back on.
That's fair.
That card, I live in the country, Walmart Plus, just bringing things to my house when you work from home, Matt, I use that card. You want to talk about a card that gets action? My shopper's cash is never long for a zero balance.
That's fair. We do have a couple questions we'll jump back to in just a moment. Do we know how Built handles biweekly mortgage payments? No. Would they count the two payments as two mortgages or one? That would probably determine my monthly spend. I know that you can do multiple mortgages or multiple rents now. I don't know the exact mechanics of it. I don't know if that biweekly would count, but I think the biweekly would count toward your monthly mortgage total. You would have to contact Built support on that one. I don't want to give you a wrong answer. I just don't know the mechanics of how they handle biweekly.
Yeah, I have no idea. I don't even know if most of the reps are gonna know. Like,
no, probably not.
I'm sure that once I get the card, because the worst part of this is now I feel like Matt did when he got the CSR refresh. I have the card in my wallet, like in my Built wallet. There's literally a grayed out thing and it's giving me a countdown. I can't do anything with the card. Like I can't go through the Built portal with it. I can't do anything. Right. So it's just sitting there right now. I don't know when I've hooked up my Fidelity account to pay it when I finally, because I'm hitting that sub. Thankfully, I'm traveling a lot in the next 3 months. So all of my incidental from traveling will go there. But I can't do anything with it. Like, is this how you felt when the CSR refreshed and you're sitting there going, can't do like, it's grayed out and I got a timer. Like, what is this bullshit?
It wasn't even grayed out. It was just like, it's not October. I can't do a goddamn thing. I want to try this StubHub credit. I don't know what I'm going to do with the dining credit, but like, just give me the goddamn credits already. Like, you're going to take away my transit multiplier. Okay, cool. I'm going to max out as much like transit and other travel as I can. And, have to remember that October 25th is the last day to maybe do those transactions, and you're better off doing those transactions like the 23rd. It was stupid.
Yeah. Am I and I on the same wavelength?
Yeah. If you use a third-party platform to pay rent with your Built card, would you earn the 2x and 4% Built cash? So if you're talking something like trying to use Melio or Plastique, or something like Rent Cafe, which apparently there's been breakage between Built and Rent Cafe, would you still get the 2x and the 4%? Per the terms and conditions, I would assume yes, and it would give you the ability to float your rent again. How likely is that to stay a thing? I don't know. So I would tread lightly, but if there's a particular vehicle that you have in mind, give it a shot. Like, the worst that can happen is like they reject the payment.
Yeah. I'm coming back to this. Hold this thought.
So much goddamn money.
We'll come back to that. We'll come back to the topic of the gold, not necessarily me spending 75,000.
Okay.
Keith was approved for the new Flying Blue card. That is a really good card if you are in Flying Blue. Anything to do with that? That card is sneakily good.
Hey, even if you're in Sky Team, because you can get enough XP to get up to Flying Blue Gold, and Flying Blue Gold matches to Sky Team Elite, whatever, across the board.
Yeah. I got 25,000 points for it, plus the points on spend, so I'm okay with it. 95 for high grocery multiplier, extra for rent, and a place for rackets and points is a good deal. I mean, rackets and points can go to Amex, so depends on your flavor, but it is not the worst. Like if Amex put out a 3x grocery card, if Chase put out a 3x grocery card for $95 and that was the only thing you could do with it, people would sign up in droves.
Yes. Also remember with Rakuten after May, and this will probably change. This is going to be probably one of the things that they'll do on their, goodwill tour of we screwed up the program so badly nobody likes us anymore. Right now in May, after May, your rate between Rakuten and Built is going to go, if you're not Built Silver or above, would go from 1-to-1 to 1-to-0.5 if you're Built Blue. So you do want to get a status of some sort. You are going to need a status with Built to keep the 1-to-1 for now. That may change, but I'm not guaranteeing that that's going to change. However, the odds of that changing have grown significantly since last Friday.
Here's the thing: if the transfer partners work for you, they work for you.
Yeah, no, that's a solid 100,000 JAL, 100,000 to JAL. No problem there. Actually, 100,000 plus whatever you earn, and plus the so 116,000 to JAL. Because I assume you would also throw in whatever you got on your welcome bonus.
I downgraded the Freedom to changed to the Freedom Unlimited because I don't use Chase for dining. I use a 4x MR point for dining. I'm getting rid of the Cash Plus because I don't want to deal with US Bank. And by July, I don't think I can cash out for what I want to cash out for. So
yeah.
I know why I did it. It's not a mystery. Like I can explain why I did it.
This can help. That dining credit has been a nuisance. My first attempt at burning it this half of the year did not go as planned, so now I got to go out and find another place to burn it, or I'll just go back to the same restaurant that worked the first time.
Thoughts on the JetBlue Plus card, Matt?
Plus card's great. If you can get like a 80,000 point welcome offer on the Plus card, solid. $99 annual fee. They give you back 5,000 points every year. Multipliers, 6 times points on JetBlue, 2 times points on dining and grocery, which is weak, but better than nothing. 1x on everything. You can spend toward tiles. You don't get Group A boarding with that, but you do get the bag. So checking a bag for you and I think 4 other companions, that eliminates the annual fee easily, and the annual fee is effectively reduced with the 5,000 anniversary points. I like the JetBlue Plus card. The JetBlue Premier. So I was wrong when the Premier launched. I was wrong in that it made it seem like if you had the Plus or had gotten the Plus welcome offer, you were not eligible to get a Premier welcome offer. That was wrong of me. The language is actually you can't get a Premier offer if you've previously gotten a Premier offer, which is fine. So Plus card, great. Premier, you gotta really like JetBlue and really really hate yourself that you're not gonna earn more with the card.
People in the SYP chat, I'm not ignoring you. StreamYard has decided not to show all of the comments again that I can click. So I promise you, I'm not ignoring you. And Clinton says, no, Built 2.0 requires ACH from your bank account.
Yes.
Back to the comment. So you wouldn't be able to just float it on the credit card.
That's if you don't set up the ACH.
Right. If you don't set up ACH, you can float.
Yeah.
But not on the Bilt card. The Bilt card, I think, requires you to use ACH to pay your rent. Does it not?
I know I don't know. I didn't dive that deep into it. Theoretically, if you go through something like Melio or Plastique, you should be able to put it on as float. But if they do require that you set up Bilt Pay as a condition of holding the card, then you may be screwed.
Yeah. And I don't pay my rent in a way that I'm going to be able to do it through this, so I can't test drive it.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Keith, does Bilt allow you? I think that's what he was responding to, Keith. I'm surprised RJ hasn't thrown in, it's not for you, bro. I would say that more to the senior leadership of Bilt with some of their decisions than the people of Bilt. Tariq, my dude, if you start just racking up JetBlue points, I'm just gonna start shaking my head.
Yeah.
Matt, there's some new IHG offers out, Mr. Newsman.
There are. The IHG Premier is up to 175,000 IHG points on 3,000 spend. The Traveler is up to 90,000 with 2,000 spend, both in 3 months. Premier is $99 annual fee. Traveler is no annual fee. Both cards.
Traveler was 5 and 3.
5,000.
I almost am positive it was 5 and 3. Hold on. Because I looked at it and I went, that seems high. IHG Premiers, yeah, 175,000 bonus points after spending 5,000 in the first 3 months.
Okay, sorry. So Premier 5,003. That's actually pretty normal for them.
And the business is 140 for 4,003. So you're actually getting a better offer on the personal card.
Yes. Good offer. The card's main feature, honestly, is going to be fourth night free on points. That is the strongest feature.
Super helpful.
Of both the IHG cards. There's a no longer available like $49 card that Key from Kiki Adventures has. That card is like crazy good because of like it gives you the annual free night. The $99 does give you an annual free night, which I think gets capped at 60,000 points. But the Traveler and the Premier, the superpower of those cards is the fourth night free. Platinum status now on your Sapphire Reserve, also on the $99 card. You can also just buy it as part of part of IHG Ambassador. It's a good offer. It's available until like March 18th. I don't have anything bad to say about the cards necessarily. They're great if you're gonna like start. If you want to start racking up IHG points, the easiest way to do it is just a couple of cash days. Starting with cash days.
You can get a lot of points for cash days with IHG. Like,
yeah,
like a lot of points.
Ideally, like the best way to generate your points yearly would just be, or to generate for those big vacations, especially on hotel cards, is doing a cash rate and on like lower end properties to redeem at the higher end properties later. So like with IHG, buying your nights at your Holiday Inn, Holiday Inn Express, 200 times 26. Chase IHG should gatekeep IHG Platinum status more from Background Balloon. I don't know that I necessarily agree, because Platinum gives you a 60% point bonus, but like what else does Platinum really get you?
I think most people who have this take don't want it watered down because of upgrades and status reasons.
I guess, but they're gatekeeping Diamond. It's not like they're giving away the top status for $550. to the point that the top status now needed to be trumped with a higher status.
Which is all, like you cannot get it anywhere but spending $18,000 for Hilton. I want to talk about this.
Sure.
So not so much about me spending $75,000 to get a solid gold card or gold plated card, I think technically.
Yep.
I am not Keith. I am not spending $75,000 in ads a year. Or more. Amex put out a survey. You did a video on it. You did a very good video, I thought, on it.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Matt is how I watch credit card. Like, I watch other creators, but I usually watch Matt first because I sometimes just need a TLDR, and Matt is a TLDR machine. He is, in fact, Mr. TLDR of the credit card world. There's your brand, Matt. It's not Grumpy, it's TLDR. Anyway, so new possibility of a new Amex Business Gold.
Yeah.
Possibility of a possibility, right? Like possibility that they're looking at changing it.
Yeah.
This strikes me a little bit odd, right? The Maccoon is iconic. Go to the Stack Your Points Discord. There is a graphic in there that I deeply want to make into a t-shirt that I would wear on the podcast. Anyway.
Skate said there's 100,000 for the gold plating, but regardless, $495 is the top end of the proposed changes to Business Gold.
It is weird to me because they just kind of refreshed this card about a year ago, a little over a year ago, 2024. I understand they do not care about the business green. I fully understand that. Like, I am under no delusions that they care about the business green. But like, you have other business cards you could refresh. You don't like, this is not a card that immediately needed a refresh. It also included in the survey something that really caught my attention, which was 5x for flights and hotels through the Amex portal, which kind of feels like it's eating, like, I get it, you're not getting lounge access or anything, but it kind of feels like it's eating the lunch of the platinum, the business platinum. Like, I could understand 4x, right? Because it's a 4x card on your top two categories. Mm-hmm. But 5x feels weird unless they're getting prepared to do a major business platinum refresh, which doesn't make sense because they just refreshed it when they refreshed the personal platinum.
Yeah.
That's the, of all of the things about this, that is the one that struck me the oddest of why would you copy a higher card that marquee feature is 5x through the portal? Because you can't do direct with the business platinum the way you can with the personal for flights.
So I think it's because they're geared at different audiences, honestly, and they want to pick up the 5x travel, the 5x flights and hotels through the portal. It's possible also, as Skatesa says, that if the plat refresh was not the refresh they wanted to do, considering how much leeway they were given with the refreshes after like looking at what the competition was, it's entirely possible that they had an option that was more over the top for both the personal and the business, and they realized we don't have to do that. This isn't a threat. Which is true. Like, yeah. The Sapphire Reserve for Business and the Sapphire Reserve came nowhere close to punching at the platinums. But I do think that they are geared at different sorts of businesses, because if you look at the business platinum, it offers a bunch of 2x spend capability up to 150,000, purchases over $5,000, contracting. I am blanking on some of the others. I know that contracting is definitely contracting services and stuff like home improvement stores can get you 2x up to $150,000 in spend on the Business Platinum.
Yes.
Purchases over $5,000 on the Business Platinum is 2x up to $150,000 in spend. And there's a third category. I don't remember what it is. Please forgive me. This is not a card I hold personally. That is a card for folks with obscenely high non-category spend and construction, and works as a good travel card, right? The Business Gold has things like transit and advertising. It used to have shipping. It no longer has shipping, but transit and advertising and gas and restaurants, that is more the urban social media consulting sort of that sphere of business. So like you've got two different audiences that it's going after.
It's construction materials and hardware supplies, electronic good retailers and software and cloud, shipping providers, and purchases over 5,000. I'll get you 2x on the Business Platinum.
Okay.
And it's earn up to 2x on up to 2 million of purchases a year.
Oh, well, even better.
The 150 is on the Business Gold. That's, I think the number was in your head.
Yeah, on the 4X categories. So they're two different audiences of cards. There's not going to be a lot of people, with the exception of those of us with businesses. But if you're a legit business, like if you're a social media marketing and SEO optimization company, you would be attracted to the Business Gold. You would have multiple Business Golds because you're losing money, even if it's up to $2 million. Yes, you can make it up with volume, but like you're earning 2x on 2 million versus 4x on 150,000. You're going to get 600,000 points versus eventually 4 million, but you want not to have to put it on the Business Platinum if you don't have to.
Yeah.
Political campaigns would be more likely to go after the Business Gold. SEO optimization would be Business Gold.
I mean, anybody on like YouTube, like
YouTubers,
dinner,
Business Gold,
like just food in general, transit, like Uber Eats counts as transit. Like that's my green card, my personal green is hooked up to my Uber account because Uber Eats is transit. So yeah, no, I understand they're for different audiences, right? Like that makes sense. But they've been pretty protective of that 5x, unless for some reason the 5x is changing on the Platinum somehow.
The only other change that they could do is adding 5x direct hotel.
Which, if they do that, the amount of joy I'm going to feel is incalculable. Sure,
but we got Chad from Chad's Money Minutes. Also, Chad predicted that the Business Gold would probably be going up to about $450, $495. So shout out to Chad on that one from his prediction.
John is also in the other chat. John, I cannot show all of the things, and I can't. Oh, there we go. Now it decides randomly to actually show me everything. Yeah. I don't know why.
Yep. Tyler's Credit and Card Tips is joined us as well. And yeah, the Sapphire Reserve for Business is 3x uncapped on ads, which is great for, again, those social media type companies. And we got Lonnie. Lonnie's here for the free t-shirt. Hey, everyone. What free? Oh, the raccoon t-shirt. Yeah, okay.
I really think we need to make that raccoon t-shirt.
Do you want to do a limited run? That's fine. Be my guest.
Because the place that we're using like prints them to order, so we don't even have to like get them shipped to Matt's house to send out to the world.
Nice.
No, but the gold refresh would be really, like, I hold the gold now. It's my upgrade from the business green. If they changed it, like if I can get the business chat GTP, if I can get Squarespace, which SYP would go immediately to Squarespace from where it is. Notion, I would transfer from Apple Notes to Notion.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of that card makes sense for what we do in this space and for what a lot of people do who are sort of freelancers or creative people.
Mhm.
Um, so I would consider keeping it at that point. Like the ChatGTP integration is nice. Like I said it in the Discord, but like I wish it was any because like Claude is also very good and incredibly expensive. Um, so that one would be nice as well. Do not ask them to make graphics, but from a writing perspective, when you're trying to edit things, that they're very helpful. But no, I understand updating that card. I think the timing is a little weird, and I think the 5X is a little weird.
Yeah, that they're not changing the multipliers is fine. Besides the 5x, I don't know where to go with that one necessarily. The adding GPT, because I've been using GPT, as I said in my video, for thumbnails and descriptions now. It makes a lot of sense to get that 300. And then Notion, which I'm very interested in like trying to learn and trying to like Notion is okay as a free program, but like freemium model, you get the best bits of it by paying for it. So unlocking Notion would be cool. My only problem is I don't value membership reward points enough right now because I don't have that sort of like freewheeling travel wherever, whenever type travel to really get max use out of membership reward points. It would just be pay for those services, get those services paid off, and pay the annual fee.
Yeah.
At the moment for me.
At the moment, I mean, you do have some interest in Hilton, so you do have that off ramp. You do have the ability. I know they're not your preferred airline, but you do have the ability because you're close to the city of using LaGuardia and using Delta.
Yeah.
Again, I understand they're not your primary, but like your ability to be a bit of a free agent in a lot of things makes it a little bit easier if you get a cache of points in MR you can also do the thing where you get a business checking account, like get the platinum for a year and just cash everything out, right? Like you could in theory do that.
I could. I do have the business checking account already.
Yeah, so just get the business platinum for a year, hit that sub if you can, and then cash everything out.
Yep. Yeah, it's a potentially very interesting refresh. One I could see myself being interested in doing, but I would also want to hit the welcome offer, and I don't have the spend for the welcome offer at the moment. So
sometimes bring it down to 10 for the business school. They will occasionally bring it down to 10,000. That one is a little bit, again, it's a lot of money. It is easier than 15.
Right now I've gotten my partner to agree not to spend so freewheeling. So like, I'm good.
It might be a minute before they change it anyway. I don't know, man. I make the video you can make, and then if they change, make a second video.
Yeah. At this point, we have the Bilt Cash redemption rates, which are not good. We have the program as it is. We have the cards as they are. We have like the only other video I'm planning on making right now is like the Lonnie therapy session. I don't mean like therapy for Lonnie, but like Lonnie and I getting together as we usually do, and when we're talking about either Bilt or the Sapphire Reserve. We don't have much to talk about on the Sapphire Reserve right now. There's more changes coming to the Sapphire Reserve, I'm sure. But usually we get together and we talk about Bilt or the Sapphire Reserve. And guess what? It's time to talk about Bilt. Lonnie has thoughts. Lonnie has let me know that he has thoughts.
I mean, we have a whole video of the three of us having pretty deep thoughts on this program. You guys should all go watch. If you're coming to this from Matt's channel, check out Stack Your Points on YouTube and check out our Bilt video. I thought it was a really good conversation.
Yeah.
It was it was not the conversation a lot of people are having, which I appreciate from us.
Yeah, I took it in a particular direction, for sure. And so we're going to copy. I'm just going to put the pure link for Stack Your Points in here. We need to update that link. So when Lonnie and I finally get together and do that video, the next video on for Built, it's going to go up on Stack Your Points members. It's going to go up on my membership for the like raw uncut version of it. Lonnie can have it for his members, and then I'll do an edited down version for my general channel. 70K MR for 10,000 in spend is what you see sometimes for the business gold. That's, if I'm doing 10K spend, I want to get 150. Oh,
we have Stack Your Points. I don't know why it did it that way, but we have it at Stack Your Points.
I don't know. I went in through the Stack Your Points studio. So Kevin asks, I have a question. You need to pay in local currency like Euro or pay in USD, which is better. If you're using a card with no foreign transaction fees, always pay in the local currency. It'll be euros, like the transaction, the the conversion rate. The bank is going to have the most favorable conversion rate, so pay in the local currency on the back end. Kevin also asked about Bank of America Preferred Rewards is changing. Rumors are coming up in a few months. Yeah, I've noticed those. I've seen those rumors. I don't know them or have them as fleshed out as I generally would like. The tiers are getting renamed, and I think some of the qualifications for the tiers are getting swapped around a little bit, but I think the general multiplier boosts that you get in the tiers aren't changing significantly. But as that gets more firmed up, because I saw that Awards Wallet did a post on it earlier today. I didn't dive too deep into it because there's only so many banks I can pay attention to at any given time.
And BOA is not your main focus.
No, I don't pay attention to the North Carolinians as well as I should.
Who does these days?
I don't know. It's the state of my alma mater. 100,000 MR for 15K is what he's seeing on Business Gold. 100,000 for 15 is still a little steep, but
I got mine for, I want to say 125.10.
Yeah.
So it comes up.
Sleeper, are we happy with Built Cash or do we need to start a ruckus? There's been a ruckus ever since last day.
Let me ask you this, Matt. I'm going to play dumb a little bit. For the people watching who may or may not know these things. I'm going to ask some basic questions about the Built Cash situation, and I'm going to have you answer as somebody who has spent way too much time reviewing this.
Which, let me preface every question you're about to ask. I know where you're coming from with this, but let me preface with this. If you have to write a 6-page document to explain what your redemption options are, scrap everything, go back to the drawing board and come up with something simpler.
Yes. So we're going to focus on the Palladium because I think most of the people who are our audience are going to Palladium. Possibly Obsidian, but more likely Palladium.
Sure.
Sign up for the card. Do you get the 200 after you spend the 4,000, or do you get the 200 in Built Cash immediately?
So the welcome offer is 50,000 points, gold status for some amount of time, and $300 in Built Cash. So you get $300 in Built Cash.
It is not a hate session. Relax.
There are certain people where Built Cash will make a lot more sense than there were previously.
Anyway,
yeah, you'll get the $300 as part of the welcome offer. As an ongoing feature of the card, you get $200 every year as part of your anniversary.
The people who want to use the boost feature to get 3x on the Palladium instead of 2x. You have to hit the welcome offer first, correct?
Yes.
Unless you okay. Just want to make sure we're on the same page there, because I saw some people on Yield Reddit who were like, "Oh, I'll just, as soon as it comes through, I'll just boost it," but you have to hit the welcome offer to boost it to get more.
Yeah, it's my understanding, and thanks, Sean, for the super chat. It's my understanding that the welcome offer is 300 and the 200 is the annual benefit.
Okay.
So it's not you're getting $500 in bill cash to start. I don't think.
So you're getting 200 to start, though, as part of your annual. Are you getting that at renewal?
They don't specify that when you get it initially. As listed as a benefit of the card, it would stand to reason that you would get that $200 with your annual fee when you renew your annual fee.
Okay.
I could be wrong.
I'm going to have it, so I'll be able to tell you pretty quickly, because I'm coming from no built card to a built card. So yeah. I don't have any of the rollover. I think I have 48 built points at the moment.
Far fewer than me.
Yes. So, but then I will have more than you, presumably, once I hit the
pretty
sub.
Quickly. Yeah.
So that's interesting. You're going to have to hit the sub before you can hit the boost. So in that way, I think a lot of people are doing their math in a way that isn't entirely accurate, because they're assuming that boost for the sub spend. So that should be interesting for them. I do think the boost is not a bad way to spend some of your built cash. 3x just catch all is pretty nice if those partners interest you.
3x catch all and 5,000 spend. Oh, and the quickest way to get your first boost, honestly, welcome offer, you're going to get 300. If you spend another 1,000 after the welcome offer, you'll get another 200, because it's based on total spend, is my understanding.
Yeah.
So if you are able to accumulate $500 in built cash that way, cool. You can put down $200, turn your Palladium from a 2x everything to a 3x everything. Then for the next $5,000, you're earning 3 times everything. That $5,000 in spend will also generate another $200 in built cash. So you can do the accelerator up to $25,000 in spend. So you can earn 75,000 points in the ecosystem of your choice relatively easily. It's going to cost you $25,000 in spend. Again, the premise of Built 2.0 is, are you in? And if you're in, they're going to reward you, and this is rewarding you with 75,000 points in your preferred ecosystem or in your preferred transfer partner. So that is potentially very good.
That is very good. I don't know this to be true. If I use my green card through the Built portal, do I get 3x in travel?
Yes, you get 3x in travel, and you get an additional Built point per dollar of Built points. So you earn you're double dipping the whole time.
That could be interesting.
The same would be true on the Wells Fargo autograph. The same would be true, I believe, on the autograph journey. It would not be true on the J Sapphire Reserve. It would be true on the J Sapphire Preferred or the Ink Preferred. Anything that you can attach a card to in Built as part of Neighborhood, scratch the Ink Preferred. I don't know how well it works. It should work with business cards, but whatever. Anything that you attach your card to in the Built ecosystem to earn additional Built points will always be a double dip of some sort.
That could be interesting, because I think it's 2 Built points per dollar for travel. So if I could get 2 Built points plus 3 MX points, that's not a bad stack.
I think it's 1, but maybe you could get 2. Also,
I thought it was 2 when I was playing with it, but we have the technology, Matt.
Yeah. Wally also mentions that if you're into Built, all plane tickets bought through the portal are treated as travel and pass through straight to the airline. So you can put in your travel information and all of that. Don't know for Delta specifically. I know that they highlight United and they highlight BA as the biggest ones for that. But if you can find a Delta flight, you should be able to.
I did find Delta. Yeah, it's 2 points on hotels. So
Okay.
1 on flights, 2 on hotels.
But you're earning a total of 4 points with the green.
Yeah. That's not bad.
Potentially you're earning a total of 6 with the platinum, because I think the same thing works for the platinum. Don't 100% know. Don't know how much you want to trust that.
Could always do a refundable flight because you know how much I enjoy that.
Oh, it's Jason.
Hi, Jason.
Hey, Jason.
I love when the system decides to not put names, so it just gives us other ways. Yeah, no, I'm gonna use it as a 3x. I just don't know where I genuinely don't know what I'm transferring out to. That is mostly my problem right now.
Yeah. So exchanging cash for the accelerator can be a path for folks, for sure. Mm-hmm. The other paths that you have, you can pay, I believe it's $75 of Bilt Cash, and you can unlock higher tiers of transfer bonuses than your current status level would give you. So if you're Bilt Blue, which RJ and I would be,
I will be gold though.
For holding the palladium, sure.
So once I hit my sub, I'll be gold, which will be interesting because there are some interesting perks there.
Yeah. So if I'm Bilt Blue and I pay $75, 75 Bilt Cash, I can unlock a higher transfer bonus, whether if it's something like Hilton or Hyatt or United. They do say that the terms and conditions on this will be variable depending on the transfer partner. That makes a certain amount of sense because they used to be doing like 200% transfer bonuses to some partners and only up to 100 in the last year. So if they're able to go back to the 200 with like Aeroplan, that would be huge, right? And paying for that ability would be nice. If you're Bilt Gold, if you're Bilt Blue or Bilt Silver, you can pay $95 to access their Home Away from Home program, which is their version of FHR, which can be useful. The other thing, you can always get like higher than 1 cent per point valuations with your Bilt points is if you do redemptions in the Bilt Travel Portal. They're locked at 1.25.
Speak of that.
Yeah. So that's the transfer. I think the transfer bonus one is one of the best uses of Bilt Cash that they've presented. There's the points unlock for housing, where $30 in Bilt Cash will equal 1,000 points redeemed. So if you have a $2,000 housing payment, right, you can get you can unlock it for 60 Bilt Cash, which, depending on your spend rate, shouldn't be all that hard to hit. That's assuming that you do the 4% Bilt Cash across the board. And so mortgage housing can certainly be one way to use your Bilt Cash. Transfer bonuses, I think, are going to be like your best bang for the buck. I don't know how I feel about. I think the folks are going to focus on the accelerator. I think the accelerator is the way that Bilt is going to really lock it, like claw in and get you fully committed to the program. Because spending $200 there to unlock the 1x across the board, like that's $200 that's not going toward unlocking your housing. How they limit Bilt Cash for hotels. So here's the thing: the $200 credit can be stacked with either $50 or $100, and you still have to do the two night minimum. So if you find a hotel that is like $400 like $200 a night, right? You can throw in the $250. You can get $250 if you're Bilt Blue or Bilt Silver. If you're Bilt Gold or Platinum, it's going to be $100. So I don't know the pricing off the hand with Bilt hotels, with the hotels in their system. But if you're able to find something for a combined $600, you can do $300 in, with the $200 credit and the additional $100 that you throw in. The $100 can be used every single month, so you do get a total of $1,200. But I don't know how great of a redemption option that is. Now, not trying, like, and I'm trying to be as objective with this as I can. I think the whole concept is a little silly, but there are definite use cases and value that can be had. I'm not going to go into the Walgreens credit. I'm not going to go into the parking credit. I'm not going to go into the Lyft credit. The Lyft credit is $10 a month. Parking is $5 a month. Walgreens is $10 a month. Son, spend $200 built cash, earn 5,000 built points. Yeah, you get the extra 5,000 built points. Now, I don't know why the points guy is valuing this at $100 because they value built points typically at 2.2 cents per point. Oh, that would be the 2.2 cents per point. But
also, if built cash is locked in ways that you can't easily do anything else with it or don't want to do anything else with it or aren't paying rent through their program.
Yeah, it's a nice booster.
Like, it depends. Like, I'm not paying rent through their program, so I'm not using any of the built cash to unlock rent spend, right? So for me, I can either use it through their portal or use it for something like an accelerator.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not spending the $200 from spend I've already done. That they're giving that to me.
Yeah. So here's where I'll be positive about Built, and where this program can be good. If you have a low housing payment, if you have a mortgage that you are just paying principal and interest, right? You're not adding in mortgage and insurance. If you're just paying principal and interest and that payment is less than $1,000 a month, there are mortgages out there where principal plus interest is less than $1,000 a month. You could do the option 1 and get 1.25 built points per dollar relatively easily on not a lot of spend. If you have still relatively low mortgage, relatively low housing, I'm talking less than $2,000 a month in housing between mortgage or rent, I think the Built either option 1 or option 2 setups can be fantastic for you. Yeah, Built cash is, yeah, unless Built makes it worth more, and the more they make it worth, but yeah, it's
Built cash is points. Like that is what I think is getting lost. Built cash is not cash. You cannot cash it out $1 for $1.
Not into your checking account, not to the statement credit, no.
And I think that's getting lost in this because they called it something cash.
Yep.
People are treating it differently than another points currency.
But if your housing is relatively low, right? Like less than $1,000, like, no, hold on. If your mortgage is less than $1,000, I know that there are mortgages out there that are less than $1,000 a month.
Mm-hmm.
Those folks have it easy. If you're able to do like multiple mortgages and you've got like one house that's $800, another house that's $800, and you can put like $1,600 through the card, you're on easy street. Whichever option you do, option 1 or option 2, you're good, right? If you have super high mortgage, if you have a super high housing and you're willing to commit to the spend, you're going to make out pretty good. It's the folks sort of in the middle where the value props are going to change significantly, depending on how much spend they're willing to do, depending on what sort of credit card lifestyle they live, in terms of, do I want something simple? Do I want one card to, like, one setup to rule them all? Do I want them, do this? Or am I maximizing turning as much of my spend into as many points across the board as possible? That will have various value props. But if your spend is relatively low and your housing is relatively low, Built could be a great option for you.
Yeah. I don't think we and when I say we, I mean the podcast in general, don't think that Built has value.
No,
That's never been our criticism.
Yeah.
Our criticism is the company, our criticism is the leadership, our criticism is the Reddit of it all, right? And that is the bigger problem because they've already changed this program 3 times since it launched. It's been out for a week. Like, the fact that Cardless is incredibly ruthless, which is shutting accounts down.
Yep.
Like, they don't like a lot of the things that people were using Built for in the past. They've already said no PayPal, no Venmo, no, taxes, no a lot of the things that people use to hit their spend. Rent doesn't earn you towards your sub. Like, things like that are just cardless that doesn't have anything to do with Built, but like cardless is going to shut people down. Cardless's underwriting is why people weren't getting approved for the card.
Yeah. And yeah, you can use it at Built neighborhood, at Built dining establishments or Built partner restaurants for $25 a month.
The problem with that one, I don't have anything around me, right? Like I have Resi options now, like a lot. Like I was complaining a year ago that there was nothing around me. And like I have 15 or 20 places that I can go now within 45 minutes, where when you live in the country, 45 minutes is a reasonable drive for dinner.
Wow.
Matt, I live in, where I live? I live in the middle of nowhere.
Goddamn sticks.
I really do. But like, I'm not saying there's not options. I'm saying that the way people are going to get value out of this is going to be highly flexible, more than probably most cards, right? Because of the neighborhood aspect. If you don't have those avenues open just because of where you live, you're going to have to find value in ways that people are going to say that's not the best value for you. But it might be because you don't have access to certain pathways, right? Like I'm going to have a very different experience with this card than Spaethco is going to have because he lives in a much more metropolitan area than I do, right? Like that's just part of what I have to deal with as somebody with credit cards, right? So like that is a factor. So talking about evaluations of like, well, you can do this with their, and you absolutely can if you live in a place where you could actually go to dinner and spend the $25.
Yeah. And there's that possibility. I don't want to say there's that like strong possibility. It is a possibility. The other thing with Cardless could just decide that they're done with Built overnight and just shut everything down. Like this is a company that walked away from its co-branded partnerships with English Premiership football teams, with various NBA teams, with Simon Malls, with there was another like no notice shutdown of all the cards just overnight. Now I think they're gonna take their travel a bit more seriously because they've invested into Tapper Portugal, and they've invested into Latam, and they've invested into Built, and they've invested into I'm forgetting one, Qatar, and then they also have the AliExpress business card and the Coinbase card. I think if there's any card that's going to get shut down first amongst that group of cards that they now have, it would be the Coinbase card first. Yeah. But assuming we're willing to pay using the ACH for the accelerator, using the cash for the accelerator, and an Alaska card for 3x rent seems like a plausible. So you can't pay the fee. You can't use Built Cash to pay the fee on a non-Built card.
Right. I think they're saying if they're willing to pay the 3% fee and using the cash for the accelerator.
Oh, yeah. Then, yeah, that's fine. Same is true with United.
Right. I think if you're a Alaska or United person, this is very, very helpful. I am neither of those things. Like, I, in theory, could move the roughly 60,000 points I'm going to get from this to United, and I could get a flight. Like, my airport has United, but I have no status with them, and I have no reason to fly them versus Delta, of which I actively try to get status with every year. So for me, like, it doesn't help. Now, if I can book through Bilt, get points that way, and then they count towards my Delta MQDs, that could be a play where I could eke out some more points for that.
Yeah. Nemo mentioned that Bilt will put out more information on the card. Yep, they're going to have to keep putting out more. Yep. Cherries no GoPuff for Bilt dining around.
Let me ask you this, Matt. Bilt is not a cheap company. Like, they have, and when I say that, what I mean is they've had investor rounds. They have people who work there who were paid presumably very well to do so, right? Can they not find in the entirety of New York City a PR firm that has done a product rollout before? Like, I'm asking that legitimately because it seems like there should be a way for them to have done this better. Do you think it's hubris that they didn't think they needed it? Do you like, how does it go this badly for a company that does in fact have money?
So about a week before the launch, there was a Mo News, Mo News podcast. I guess it's Mo News podcast. And Mo had Ankur on as the guest for the show. And they talked for about an hour. And one of the things that seems to be part of Bilt's ethos is that they're trying to bring in entrepreneurial minded project managers. So folks who believe that they can sort of do it all. And the idea is, what can you do 10xing yourself, 10xing the team around you, and utilizing tools available to you to run that much more efficiently. He mentioned things like artificial intelligence. He mentioned, other tools, and like how some of these things can and will be wonderful. So he mentions bringing in the idea of having these entrepreneurial minded project managers and product managers. So if marketing is your product, I think the belief was that they brought in that whoever they have as part of their marketing team, and I don't know who specifically is at their marketing team. I know the head of marketing at one company like Bilt, but they are not, to my knowledge, running things through as much, trying to 10x themselves as possible. And so I think there may be a level of hubris attached to it. There's certainly a level of hubris attached to it based on the way that things went. And, I don't know how what the approach was. I don't know what the meetings were necessarily, but I do think that there was a certain level of, yeah, we've got this, and what sounds good in the meeting amongst the various project managers with rolling out, hey, we're going to do something like American Airlines loyalty points, which is the inspiration for Bilt Cash. We want to do something like American Airlines loyalty points. And so we're going to sell it as like you get to use this other currency to add even more value. And, folks will just get it because there's gamers, there's, folks who know how to leverage these systems, and giving them something to leverage should be enough to offset losing the fee-free points that we've been doing. Should they have brought in an outside firm? Probably. Would it have been good to, I don't know, maybe leverage into the chairman of the board, who happens to be a former American Express CEO, who was, CEO of American Express during some of their bigger product launches? Might have been a good idea. Because Ken Chenault was there for a good chunk of like not full couponization, but I believe he was there around the time that they were starting the concept of couponization.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, bringing in some folks to help sell this would have been a better idea than whatever it was that they did. Like, they lean hard into entrepreneurial spirit and, you know, trying to do the work of 10 people via one person leveraging extra tools.
He was there from 2001 to 2018. So
that's yeah, it's like that's the beginning of the coupon bit. That's the that's the MX Zinc card era. That's raising the annual fees, not changing the multipliers, but making the value prop a bit better with things like coupons. So yeah, it would have made sense to, I don't know, leverage that a little bit. Thoughts on all the denial? Good, loyal, silver, and gold, whatever. Hard into.
Let's talk about the denials. People who were getting denied.
Yeah, that's not great. When you promise a seamless transition, right, and you promise that it's going to be a no poll transition, no, you know, if you've qualified for the card, you should be able to transition with ease, and folks are getting denied, and they're getting lower credit limits made available to them.
Lonnie got a lower credit limit.
Yeah, and he wasn't even going for the high card. I don't know how you can promise X and then deliver Z.
It feels like Cardless and Built did not have enough conversations about the underwriting portion.
Gee, where have we heard something like that before?
I mean, this is the true upside. You get the autograph card from Wells Fargo.
Yeah, and the autograph's a great card. It is fantastic.
This is the one Wells Fargo card that I would like. Actually, I'd like the active cash as well because I don't have a 2x catch-all or 2% catch-all.
Great ecosystem.
I can't get into it. Matt, I am 1 of 1. I am 24 of 24.
You know, that's on you.
It is on me, and well, it's on me and my nephew, apparently. But I won't be able to get into Wells Fargo till like 2030.
Sorry, I've got my brother now asking if he thinks that if I think the Chase Sapphire Preferred is better card to apply for than the Autograph Journey.
Maybe.
Yes.
I did. So I want to ask the chat. They said the launch was a complete disaster and they were denying people for no reason. Yeah, glitch in the system. I want to ask you this, Matt, because this happened the other day, right? I was talking to somebody at work about a work thing, completely talking about a work thing, right? And then something about credit cards came up and I made a comment. I think we were talking about hobbies or something, and I mentioned the podcast. And they're like, "Oh, that's cool." And she said, "Yeah, I just got my first real credit card last year." And I said, "You know, if you mind me asking, what do you have?" And she's like, "I have a CSP. She's got the Chase Sapphire Preferred, and my husband has the Quicksilver."
Okay.
And I was like, "Okay, that's an interesting pairing. Have either of you considered the Freedom Unlimited for you?" And then he just becomes an authorized user. That way you can build it in the Chase ecosystem, right? Like you can combine those if he's the authorized user on her Freedom Unlimited. And like her mind was kind of blown that like cards can work together. Right? Because and I think the thing is, and this is not an unintelligent person, right? Like this is somebody I work with in a real job like that requires like analytical skills.
Yep.
And I think like we have these deep conversations about like built cash and like multiplying changes. And well, if you do this backdoor to do this, and then I think about like when I talk to people who are intelligent and like successful, and there is such a hard line between the normal population, the people who are kind of into credit cards, and then us.
Mhm.
Right? Like, do you ever have those moments where you're like, "Oh, I am I am a super fan of this thing that most people are just aware of."
Not so much on credit cards. Like I mentioned to friends that I do credit card, like I'll do a credit card podcast. I'll do, this, that, the other. A lot of folks are just like, oh, okay, cool. Sorry, I had to look up my referral link. If my brother's going to apply for a goddamn Chase card, I'm going to get 15,000 points.
There you go.
So I don't really have that necessarily, but I talk to coworkers who are pretty interested in like the growth of the channel and some of the things that I talk about. But it's not like they're going out of their way to ask me. They ask me occasionally like what cards they think I should get. They think, or I think they should get. As always, like it's always going to depend, right? Are you into travel? Are you into cashback? Are you into this? Are you into that? Do you need to do you need to sit in a lounge? Do you need to go to the highest floors of the hotel? Do you need the room within the room? That sort of thing. So I always will kind of gauge based on what they tell me.
It is incredibly heavily advertised.
Yep.
I don't like, it's not a crappy, like it's a catch-all, like it's a 1.5% catch-all. It's basic is what I would say. If not for those people, we wouldn't have so yeah, I think there's a difference between the general uninformed and the people who are delinquent. I think they're making more money off the people who are delinquent and paying interest. The people who are just using a catch-all to use a catch-all, they are making swipe fees and stuff. But if you're paying your bill on time every month, if you have the platinum and use none of the credits, yeah, they're making money off of you. Yeah. But if you're using, the Quicksilver or whatever and just paying it off every month, they're not actually making a ton off of you other than swipe fees.
Yeah. What is the limit to transfer point to transfer partner? For example, Amex limit is basically $1 million.
It's going to be about that. I don't think you're able to transfer $1 million at a time.
Yeah, I'm not aware. There has to be a cap with like Capital One and Chase and Citi and Wells Fargo. Wells, you can do as little as a point. Like the fact that I can just move the exact number of points that I need to make a redemption is baller for me for Wells Fargo. Everything else is either 100 with Capital One or 1,000 with the others. Amazon Prime, Shopper Cash.
You need like an active cash in there to round it out, though. Though I suppose the Shopper's Cash is 1.5.
1.5.
Though it's one of those things where like I am so over using a bunch of banks. Like I'm going to be very happy when I can cut US Bank out for multiple reasons. I wonder how many. So a lot of people at least know, even if they can't every month, a lot of people at least know you should pay your balance off every month. I think the majority of people I talk to about credit cards know at least that. Whether they do it consistently is different, right? But they at least know that much. I'm not talking about the people who are just bad with finance or in a like there are people I know that are in situations where they had a surgery or they had to go to the ER or their kid did, and they got a $15,000 bill and they had to put it on a credit card and they're paying interest on that because they literally had no other choice, right? Like that is not who I'm talking about. I'm talking about people who have, don't have that situation, but just don't know credit cards.
Credit card debt is over $1 trillion. There's plenty of people who are not paying their full balances every month.
Yeah.
Now, can't tell you what percentage of those people are Chase versus Capital One versus whoever. I would imagine that with that group, most folks are going to be in that subprime sort of Capital One, Discover, Mission Lane.
I think Capital One is trying to pull itself out of the subprime.
Yeah. They got a ways to go. Simplified just, Amazon Prime and an Autograph and an Active Cash. Pretty solid. The Amazon Prime, it's 5% on Amazon and 5% in Jay's Travel, but you could also just get an Attune card and get 4% back on Amazon.
Yeah, I would probably, if I had to do an all cashback setup, I would probably just go with Wells Fargo.
Yeah.
Like, even though the Autograph is technically points.
Yeah.
Yes and no. They are trying to pull themselves out of it. I'm not saying that they have succeeded. I'm saying they're trying.
Yeah, they got a long ways to go. Like, they have to eliminate the bucket before I believe that they're actively getting themselves out of that market.
I don't think the bucket necessarily is subprime. I think it's more their risk assessment profile.
There's that.
Capital One is both too permissive and too strict. Like, they have managed to somehow be both.
In only the ways the Capital One knows how.
Yes. I did a video on the Venture X. That was fun.
Sorry, I got bogged down by analytics for a second there.
No,
yeah, we're trying to pull themselves out of it. Capital One, customer service.
Maybe they'll just take all the Discover people.
They would be very well served to keep Discover's customer service as the mainline customer service. If I got an Autograph Journey, I need to pay. Yeah, the Autograph Journey also comes with that $50 rebate on airline price on an airline purchase. So it's effectively $45, but you get 5% of hotels, 4% on flights, 3% on dining, 3% on other general travel that doesn't include transit. Pair it with the autograph, you get the 3x transit, you do get 3x gas, you get 3x streaming, 3x phones. Like, Wells could be the only thing you're paying 2x for is like utilities and groceries and wholesale. Yeah, you can no longer get their deposit accounts. Those are going to be transitioning over to Capital One. Yeah, I heard about the Redstone FCU. After it got geofenced, it was really hard to keep track of. But like, it was 5% gas, 5% dining, and now it's a 1.5 base with a rotating 5% category. At least it has 1.5 base.
I mean, here's the thing: like,
Freedom Flex,
people abused it. It got worse. Like, people were actively like committing fraud to get that card, and then they're confused of why it got worse.
Yeah. Saying you live somewhere you don't, not a great way to get a card.
No, that is in fact fraud. Like, with a capital F, not even a lowercase f. Like, committing fraud is not a good idea. Like, forget, like, morally, like, it's a bad idea to do a thing that could potentially put you in jail.
Usually a bad idea, yeah.
For, like, credit card rewards. I don't know if I would go with the Strata Premier as my backup card, but if that works for you, then go for it.
I would go after the Strata, honestly. If annual fees are a concern for you, if you're somebody who doesn't want to pay annual fees, the Strata is perfectly cromulent. To borrow from Newgrouse.
Also, I don't know if Citi would be my backup bank of choice because Citi, but
as long as you don't make mobile wallet a key focus of your like spending your money, you're fine.
It is in fact witchcraft, according to Citi.
Yes, we got the Rewards Master here. Hey, Rewards Master. It'll be very interesting to see Reward Master, any new live from Reward Master or the live this coming weekend. Check out the Reward Master's channel. Fantastic content. If you are into international business and first being your primary method of utilizing your points and miles, Rewards Master is definitely your guy. I'm very curious to see what he thinks of the build cash redemption options as they've come out. But Alaska and Alaska is still going to be the primary use case for him, which is good. Did I see the American Airlines Platinum Select bonus? It's amazing. I did not. What is the Platinum Select bonus? Oh, the 80K on 1,000 spend. Yeah, you can get that relatively easily. That's a nice one to get. 80K miles for AA if you fly AA is fantastic.
I have an AA card that I will never use. And I blew 35,000 miles for a vacation.
For a rental that you never did.
Yeah. And they wouldn't give me my miles back.
Oof. Check out the Rewards Master's channel on Saturday. He's dropping thoughts on Build Cash. So there you go.
Oh, Matt. I have to figure out how to do an international redemption. My parents are going on a cruise.
Mm-hmm.
They're flying from the New York general area, somewhere in New York or Boston, to London because cruise. They're leaving from London, Scandinavia, coming back to London, and then coming back.
Oh, in order.
I am the family travel agent. I am the person where they just say, "This is when we're leaving. This is when we're coming back. Make it happen." I am number one in this particular instance. So I have to figure out how to do this for them because I am the family travel agent. So I get to learn a whole new level of skill or a whole new skill set because, as we know, international redemptions are my wheelhouse.
You got plenty of options, and you have options in-house with American Airlines. I'm sorry, not with American Airlines, with American Express. Your best bet, if they're going to fly to London, right, would be booking them on Cathay Pacific, through Cathay Pacific, transferring your points to Cathay.
Oh, no. I am not paying for this.
Yeah.
No. No.
They don't have their own.
I am not. I am staying here with my grandmother because it's the summer. So
Right.
I will be here with my grandmother. I am not giving them my points to go on a cruise when I am here. Now, if I was going, which I wasn't going to for other reasons, I am not giving them my points. My points have been exhausted. I am paying over 1 million IHG points to take these people on vacation, Matt.
Okay.
Over to redemption. I am not giving them Cathay Pacific points for them to get themselves to Europe.
I thought they had their own membership reward points. I'm sorry. If they don't, that's on me.
They do, sort of. The problem is my stepdad has the classic gold, which earns 1x on everything and 2x on dining and nothing else.
Oh, yeah.
So their pool of points
significantly smaller.
Is very small. He did a redemption a couple of years ago, which wiped out like 300,000 points where he accumulated over like a decade. So their pool of points is very small. And they both have my platinum as a travel card, which means I get the points. They don't even get those points. And then they pay me and I pay the bill. So they don't have points to transfer. So this is going to have to be cash.
Cash. You can also do points. Yeah. When do you have to book?
If they go whole family thing, it'll be August. End of July, beginning August. I have things to look at. I have time, but I'm getting to the point where I need to start having thoughts.
Okay.
So it'll be interesting. But they are willing to go out of Boston, which might be the best option.
Yeah, put them on BA Metal through Cathay, and you'll probably be okay. You'll save some fees there. The other thing would be Rove. See how quickly you can get Rove miles.
Yeah, but I also like I have
But you
looked
would
up
invest in
Delta.
Racket
Delta
Fuel.
is not the worst, but when I was looking it up, very briefly, and it's like $2,000 for them to fly in
Yeah.
economy, and I'm like, oh, that is painful. But no, we are not using RJ's points for this. RJ is using RJ's points for this because RJ has used RJ's points for 3 vacations we're going on in February, March, and April.
Oh, Mike mentions that international cash flights are cheap right now. Just booked a $300 one-way Zurich to Memphis. So
I have to sit down and actually do the research, but they also need to give me the dates. And all of this is dependent on my grandmother. So everything I book has to be refundable.
yeah, that's fair. I have to start looking into Rome and Florence for my mom, my dad, and myself for September.
Yeah. So it's one of those things where it's like in the back of my head. And so here's the fun part, right? Like and we talk about like, oh, if you do it this way, if you do this positioning flight or whatever, I can't do any of that with them. I can get them to drive to Boston, maybe.
Or fly to JFK and then fly from there.
No.
Oh.
It would have to be they get on the plane at my local airport, they get off the plane in London. Like they can have a connection.
Yeah.
They cannot have one leg is booked this way, another, like I am not doing that to them.
Oh,
because
yeah,
if something goes wrong, yep, I'm not there to know how to fix it, right? Yep. And I'm going to be here, they're going to be very far away. So whatever I do has to be able for me to, and again, my parents have traveled some, and my stepfather's gone to Europe a couple of times. So it's not that they're not informed, but I am not going to put them in a situation where I am not there and I have done something weird, right? Like that is the harder part. If I was going, like when we've done a couple of trips, when I'm there, I am more comfortable doing positioning flights. I am more comfortable being like, okay, we'll do it left of center, right? But I'm not doing any of that for them. So, and again, I'm not using points. This is all going to be cash. So we're not doing points for any of this.
Got it.
So it's going to be a little bit of a different, cause yeah, I am probably not buying points. But yeah, cause here's the thing, guys, I understand I can buy points. I have to explain to them that I'm buying point and doing all of these other things. And if it gets canceled, they now have points that they probably won't use. So yeah,
because if you cancel with cash, like you would get at least you get credit that can be used for the next thing.
Right.
Yeah.
So again, it's not the end of the world. There's a lot of things. I am not doing it on points. I'm telling, I respect all of you that are going to give me that. Not doing it on points. So.
Nope, that's fair. And at least that would be a way to juice up your point total.
Now, I, on the other hand, might put it on see, what I'll do is I'll use their cards because they have authorized users on my, they're authorized users on my platinum, so I'll have them buy their tickets on the platinum and I'll get the points from it.
Yeah. No, you can totally do that.
It's not I totally can do that. That is how they're buying their tickets, Matt.
There you go.
British Airways seems to be the best. If I'm not gonna do, but the thing is, like, so it will be cheaper if they fly out of Boston, but it also is more logistics for them to deal with, right? Because it's multi-hours in the car to get to Boston. Yeah. So it may be pay more, fly out of the local airport.
That is certainly an option. Just if you can book with cash through Cathay, you'll save on the fees.
It was, you know, it's one of those things I have to do the whole, you guys are sure you're going, right? Because that's always the conversation of, if I book this.
I've noticed this with you and vacations.
I swear to God, like, I was on the plane, Matt. I was on the plane for Hawaii. But, and they're also, it's like an 11-day cruise. So with British Airways, a round trip from my local airport in premium economy is like $600.
Interesting.
It's not bad. It's super cheap right now, actually.
All right. Well, premium economy, what is the taxes and fees situation going to look like? Because you got to do the fuel surcharges, and it's stupid expensive to put your wheels down on British territory.
Give me a second and I'll tell you.
Or the British mainland.
I'm just picking random ones right now. Yeah.
$600 with like $1,000 in fees, right?
One ticket is, from what I was looking at for the there to all the way around, it's $2,300 a person.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. So I'll have some fun. Like, I have options. I have time. But it is a very different mindset than how I would book this for me. And again, my parents are very smart people. They've traveled. I'm not worried about, like, they can't handle it. I'm worried about, I don't want to do something that is left of center and have them have to deal with it because I won't be there to do so. You know what I mean? Like, that to me is the...
You could also...
That to me is the thing.
Buy through Delta on Virgin. You're still going to pay some sort of taxes and fees, but you're going to pay less on Virgin than you would be on BA, but you're still going to pay an obnoxious amount to land on British soil.
This one's not bad. Hold on. This is Virgin via Delta.
Yeah.
Bear with me.
Yeah.
Because now I'm interested.
British Airways and Ticketmaster are secretly twins. Yes, they are.
I love that one of their levels is just called Economy Delight. Extra legroom is just delight, which is delightful.
Never change, okay. Branson. Never change.
This one is $1,100, so that's better. Let's see. An upgrade to Economy Flex is better. Premium is $3,000 more, so we won't be doing that.
As long as you can get the extra legroom.
Yeah.
And Alaska is free to cancel. You just pay the $12.50 partner fee.
I don't know. I don't think from my airport I'm going to get Alaska.
You'd be looking for BA availability on Alaska, through Alaska. But yeah.
There's not a ton of BA out of my airport. That's the problem.
Oh, yeah. No, that would start as an American flight down to JFK.
Yeah. The problem is we don't have a lot of those. Like, of the three big airlines, American is the smallest by far.
Yeah, then you're stuck flying down to Charlotte, then you're stuck flying out to Miami.
So $1,300 with the extra legroom seats a person. That's not bad for round trip.
If they only need extra legroom, that's fine. That's not.
And it's flying Delta there. It's flying Delta.
Yeah, and they know Delta, and they, if they're flying on Delta Metal through Virgin, purchased through Virgin, and they present their Delta cards, they should be able to get into the lounge.
Yeah, because they'll have my platinums.
Yeah, so whether it's their Centurion option or their what do you call it, then they should be fine.
Yeah, so I might do that. But yeah, it's like, the problem is, guys, I fly out of a regional airport, which means that a lot of the do this or look up this means I might have one. Like I looked up a couple of these airlines that you're mentioning. They do not fly. Now, if I did a positioning flight, yes. The problem is I'm not putting them on a positioning flight because if something goes wrong, everything else breaks down. If
Yeah.
I was there, everything breaks down, I fix. I am not fixing it from my living room while they are 2,000 miles away.
Yeah, the question is going to be like your options expand significantly if they're willing to fly out of Boston, but they have to be willing to drive out to Boston to make that a possibility. It's not a question of doing like you can't do a positioning flight to Boston.
No, because I'd have to go from here down to LGA over to Boston, which is a day of flying
Nope.
just to like it's going to cost more
Yeah.
than it would save. Like that's the problem is like positioning flights for where I am usually just cost more than just flying from where I am. So
Yeah.
these are all things that I am so used to them that I don't bring up just because
the
I know
spoken hub
what.
model is a pain in the ass. But
Yeah.
if you can make it work, you can make it work. But if they're willing to go out to Boston, which is an ask, I know it's an ask, but if they're willing to go to Boston, it makes your life significantly easier.
I mean, ultimately I am not paying for it. So I will present them with the options, right? Like I'll say, if you go to Boston,
Yep.
it's this. If you fly from the regional airport, it is this. Choose your own adventure. But they also, because of how they would get to Boston, they don't have me to come pick them up at the airport. They would have to either stay a night or fly. Like, you know what I mean? Like it becomes this thing of that logistics is 4.5 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Or 4 hours. So like, you know what I mean? Like it becomes this thing of like you'll save X money, but you have to deal with all of this other. Plus, you probably are going to have to get at least one hotel stateside, either coming or going. So again, I will present them all of the options. We'll see what happens. Matt, are you going to the Rove meetup?
Which one? And I don't mean that to be a dick. I am going to try to go to the one in New York City. I have no plan. I was very loosely thinking of going to the one in Orlando, but probably not Orlando. They're also planning one for the West Coast in March. The idea is to do a meetup every month. January is going to be New York City. I'm definitely going to January. And I would have to like book something special. I don't even know what's on the like. Carissa wants to start in Epcot, and if it's Drink Around the World at Epcot, that's going to be stupid expensive because Drink Around the World is $400. She's trying to put together and gauge interest for whether or not folks would want to do something with speakers and like mingling or doing brunch or doing something. Check out if you can gain access to the Rove Insider Facebook group. You'll see where the planning is for Orlando. As a Disney adult, it's so fun though. Yes, but as an adult with not the ability, like restricted in what I can drink, it's less fun, and I don't want to pay $400.
Yeah, I don't drink at all, so that cuts that down.
Yeah. I wanted to make Orlando work, but like, that same weekend, I couldn't do Orlando if I wanted to because that same weekend I'm probably on like solo dad duty or like stuck with my mother-in-law.
That would be a problem.
Yeah. So I probably can't do Orlando, which sucks, but whatever. I'll probably be looking at the April event, whatever the April event would be, and go from there. But I will be I'm going to get down to the January one for sure.
I would like to do a Stack Your Points meetup. That's the 2026 goal, Matt, is to do a Stack Your Points meetup.
We could do something somewhere for sure.
Not Orlando, probably.
No, preferably not Orlando. No.
Where would you want the meetup, Matt? Let's game plan this with the 60 close friends that are on this live. Lonnie and Craig would be pro Chicago. Matt and I both like baseball, so Chicago would work for that.
Swipey Cruise on Virgin. I got nothing wrong with Chicago. I got time for Chicago. I got time for St. Louis. I got time for the Midwest, honestly. Sounds weird, but I can make the Midwest good. Cool. New York City is good, or just outside New York City in New Jersey. Why not Westchester? If you want to meet up, it'd be a non-holiday weekend. It's so expensive. Yeah.
You know what would be fun, and this would have to be timed, is Cooperstown, because it's cheaper. It's cheaper than most places in New York.
Mm-hmm.
If anybody's a baseball person, like the tour of the Baseball Hall of Fame is very cool.
Yeah.
And like if you're in the city, it's not a bad drive. If you're upstate, it's not a bad drive. Like you can get there. I would absolutely do a Stack Your Points meetup to go to a Mets game. I would be
hang around in the center field rotunda, the center field like gathering area. That could be
like I would do a Stack Your Points meetup and go watch the Mets. Hold on, did the Mets and the Red Sox play this year? Hold, please.
If they do, I think it's going to be at Fenway.
I would also do a Stack Your Points meetup in Boston, Matt.
Well, there's that. Weekend of a Cubs-White Sox series. That's possible. I would want. The problem is I don't want to necessarily go to the South Side if I don't have to. But Wrigley is very small, or the seats in Wrigley are very small.
That is a stadium I have wanted to go to just because history.
Yep.
Let's see.
I sat behind home plate last year.
We are playing the Mets this year, and it's in New York.
Oh, so theoretically.
It's the 10th, 11th, and 12th of July. It's right before the Home Run Derby and the All-Star game. It's the three games right before Home Run Derby All-Star game.
After the... Why did I burn my StubHub credit already?
Matt, we can go watch baseball together. This is very exciting. I can fly into LGA. I can fly from my home airport into LGA.
It's only going to Delta Hub cities. Yeah. So that would give us New York, Detroit, Minneapolis.
They're not hubs.
DFW.
Like, I mean, I can get there, but I would have to have a layover. I'd have to go Delta Hub to Delta Hub on that one.
To Minneapolis, yeah. Or Dallas, yeah. Is Dallas a Delta Hub?
There's something. No, that Mets series, because there's a 7 p.m. game, a 4:10 game, and a 1:40 game. It's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Okay.
This is right after. Isn't the Stack Your Points anniversary also
in
that time frame?
Yeah.
So Matt, it'll be our 2-year anniversary of this show. Red Sox versus Mets. LaGuardia.
It could definitely be a fun time.
This could be a thing.
What I'd probably do is buy through StubHub or Viagogo and do it through Rove, pick up and put it on the Attune. Saturday game. We could probably do the Saturday game. That's the 10th, I want to say.
And that's a 4:10 game.
Interesting. Okay. Maybe. Yonkers is Westchester. That'd be fun. Visa Infinite card. What's the maximum? the Visa Infinite that I hold, I have a $32,000 credit limit on. You can probably go well north of 50 for sure.
Keith, what's the maximum on a Visa Infinite? You're the person I would ask that.
Personal Visa Infinite. I thought it'd be great. Here in my hometown, San Antonio, but folks seem to be leaning towards Austin. San Antonio would be fine.
San Antonio is also where one of the people live. Tariq's down there. He keeps trying to get me to come to San Antonio.
Yep. There's always the San Antonio's known for the Riverwalk and the Alamo, so we could definitely do that.
Matt, I could burn my Hyatt. I could burn my Bill sub by moving it to Hyatt points. I have a friend who's going to give me a guest of honor certificate for Hyatt. This could work. And there's Resi, so I can burn my Resi credit.
There you go. Limited even in large, yeah, number of places and quality of food places. Yeah, and I don't know if it's going to be the stuff that's in Rewards Network or their own separate partners. We could probably do something at Citi Field this year and look at like tentatively Texas for 2027 if San Antonio goes well. I'm sorry, if Citi Field goes well.
Yeah. We could do a live recording, like you know how they do at like WWDC. All the podcasts do live recordings after.
Yeah, we could probably figure something out.
I mean, we could do a live stream with people. Like it wouldn't be a typical episode. Yeah. That will definitely change something. Yes, but I am a Red Sox fan and Matt is a Mets fan. So if we're gonna see baseball,
we could figure something out.
It's right before the All-Star game too, so it'll be fun. We'll know how bad our teams are at that point.
Oh, I am. Here's how psychologically broken I am. I'll tell you how psychologically broken I am. I think I put this in the sports feed earlier. Freddie Peralta, who the Mets just acquired yesterday, has been too healthy and too good for too long. And no, there's no typical episode of the pod or the live.
There is the podcast usually has the Q&A news topics. Like that at least is the usual structure. If we were to do a live episode, it would be different.
Yes.
Now carry on with your psychological breaking, Matt.
Oh yeah, no, just that, Freddie Peralta, who is statistically one of the better pitchers in baseball over the last 5 years, has been too good and too healthy for too long. Like if there's a year where he's going to break, first year with the Mets, of course, that's what's going to happen.
That is, yeah. I just have an owner who owns too many things.
Yeah. And inevitably, this means that Jet Williams is going to win NL Rookie of the Year. I don't even need the contract extension to happen. Kaz Matsui sneezed, and he was never the same. I need the curse of Bonilla to go away. That's what I need.
Why don't they just pay, legitimately? Why don't they just pay him?
I don't know. Richest owner in baseball can't kill a meme with one giant fuck off check. The seasons have been comical since they started paying him the $1 million, though 1.15. It's not even the stench of the Wilpons. The stench of the Wilpons is gone. We have a competent baseball staff. Well, after we fired Bertie Van Wagenen, we have a competent baseball staff.
There we go, Matt.
Good. That's pretty tight, but yeah, I could do that.
I mean, or you could just buy the ticket and then,
I can just buy the ticket. Yeah. I mean, what I would do probably would be to buy a ticket all the way at the top of the stadium but never go sit in my seat because I would just spend the entire game in that center field
Atrium area.
Yeah. And on Shea Bridge.
It's also a stadium I've never been to and one I would like to go to. So that is also nice.
It's PNC Park meets Ebbets Field. It's a really nice stadium. Oh yeah, the World Cup is around then, so that's going to be a bit of a problem. Wait, no, I thought the World Cup final was the 26th of June.
Hold, please. Yeah, the World Cup's in June. Hold on.
And it's at MetLife.
Oh no, it goes all the way to July. The final is July 19th. The quarterfinals will be that weekend, but they're not going to be in New York City, I don't think.
No, I think the quarterfinals are LA and Toronto, or maybe Mexico City.
I'm
all
Googling.
three countries are hosting. It's stupid.
July 9th is Boston. July 10th is LA. July 11th is Kansas City and Miami. So not New York City.
Oh, okay, cool.
So fairly far from New York City.
Guys, I'm not even 100% sure we're going to have a World Cup.
There's also that. All right. I'm putting this in the chat and giving people 3 different types of maybes because the why matters. I'm not. Let's see what people say.
Yeah, I would absolutely believe the hotels are crazy. Okay, so Toronto's hosting in June. Got it.
Yeah, but no, it's at least we would at least miss the World Cup being in New York City.
Yes.
There. Now people can vote.
Hooray.
Yay. No, I think it would be fun. I think a Mets game, because like the thing with meetups for things is like giving people a thing to do during the meetup is helpful.
Yeah. That's a crazy Semper Point redemption. That is only because of like crazy things happening in the area, for sure. But no, that's a good one.
Are you flying to Toronto, Keith, or are you taking the lovely Adirondack Northway? I imagine you're flying, but you never know. The drive's beautiful.
I mean, it'd be 90 most of the way.
Yes. 87. It switches to 87 in Albany.
That's if he was going to Montreal. Toronto's.
Yeah. I always think of going up and then over once you get into Canada, but I suppose.
Oh, then you're doing the Queen Elizabeth Expressway. In theory.
In theory.
Or is it now the King Charles?
I don't know if they change those things.
Those roads name change.
Like do they name change those? Flying Delta with XP from Flying Blue.
Oh, that's then you just fly into Pearson or Billy Bishop. I would assume Pearson.
I'm also in the part of New York where it's not any easier for me to get into Canada to do that than it is to just deal with my regional airport. I don't envy Matt for his cost of living difference than mine, but I do envy him for his airport availability.
Oh, my COL different. My coal sucks. I hate my coal. I also hate my deductibles on my insurance.
I thought you were going to say you hate your colon.
No, that's been fine.
The Northway is fantastic. If you ever have the chance to go up the Adirondack Northway, take it. Or the Taconic Parkway, also very nice.
The Teaspoon is great.
Just watch out for deer.
And ceremoniously.
Yes. Yeah, I usually drive down to Jersey, Northway Thruway, and then deal with the crazy Jersey drivers.
Yeah, they suck.
They are special.
Wawa.
Yes. I know when I've hit Jersey when the Stewarts disappear and I see Wawa.
The Stewarts
And
disappeared long before Wawa. Like you go through
yes,
quick.
but if you're on the or if you're on the thruway, you don't see that.
Oh, true. That's true.
I also I hate not being able to put my own gas. Like I deeply hate it. I resent it deeply. We're getting a Costco and I am so excited.
I still have to drive at least an hour and 20 minutes to get a Wawa, and I have to
Can
drive.
you eat Wawa? Like I mean that seriously. Are there Wawa things you can eat?
At this point, no. If I remember correctly, there's a chili. Oh, I can have stuff. I can have their breakfast bowls and omelets, assuming they don't like add flour to their eggs. Lunch and dinner. This is diabolical. Oh, bowls. I can have regular rice bowls. That's fine.
There are quick check.
And rice bowls, and that's about it. Oh, they have a chili. And they have a corn chowder, but like I don't know that I would trust the corn chowder.
No, I would not trust the corn chowder.
But they have chili. So chili
is always
rice bowl.
I am pro chili. Chili is usually I'm a big fan. So I do slightly dry cornbread under my chili so the chili can hydrate the cornbread.
Yes.
Quite tasty.
Meadow Lane just seems like an Erewhon scam. I've seen videos. I don't want to deal with it. And like everything I've seen just screams, this is red flags on red flags. But they are building a Sheetz in Chillicothe. That's awesome. I like Sheetz. When it comes to the Great Wawa Sheetz debate, I don't care. Like I will go to both. They're both better than Quick Check, and they're both like they both do made to order. That is one thing that Stewart's does not do.
Yes. There is a section in Citi Field. It's HH, which I don't think is going to mean much to anybody. It is $4,680 a ticket.
That is one of the clubs.
Yeah, it's right down. It's literally the seats next to the visitor dugout.
Yeah. But those are fully catered. Like everything you want is brought to you. Do you do Frito pie? I'm more than willing to do Frito pie. Frito pie is nice. I got nothing against Frito pie for sure.
It is a Delta 360 all-inclusive.
Yeah.
With a VIP entrance. I mean, I'm not going to knock that out.
No, you pay an ungodly amount for the ticket, but like everything is brought to you. There's no limits. And
okay, these seats are also fully catered, but they're only $800.
Yeah.
Complimentary food and soft drink for like $800.
Yeah. Not buying those.
No, God no. But I like to see what the prices are. The prices are more expensive than Fenway. That I can say.
Oh, for sure.
I need to go to Fenway this year. I think I'm going for Memorial Day with a friend. We're gonna go watch baseball.
We got a Wawa last summer, 40-ish minutes away, and a Buc-ee's 20-ish minutes away, and a Meijer and Menards. It's a unicorn area of southern and northern businesses. This sounds amazing.
Ooh. If I show my purple card, will they just let me in?
I don't know.
Hold on, now I gotta see. Citi Delta 360, how to get in.
I know that for about 5 years, if you held a Citi card, you could get a 3% discount on everything in the stadium, but that went away.
You must have a game ticket for the Delta 360 Club, which offers a private entrance and lounge.
So you got to buy that.
It used to be the Clover section.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not paying $4,000 for that. Sorry.
No.
I mean, it would be 400 MQDs though, so
No.
I'm not doing it, Matt.
No.
Yeah. But we might have to see what we can do, Matt, because that could be fun.
Could be, for sure.
And we all have FHR credits we have to burn, or CSR credits to burn. So.
Yep, that's true.
I just imagine Keith sneaking into places.
I mean, if you can't buy it. All right. With that, we've covered quite a lot tonight. Built cash, built card changes. You know,
toddlers.
How RJ got a built card. Again, I think built still has significant, is still a good value prop. The program is good. I think the cards without the built cash attachment are really not bad at all.
Correct.
There's use cases for Obsidian, there's use cases for Palladium. Folks are going to compare Palladium to Venture X. There's things that you're going to miss with Venture X. There's things that you are going to trade to have Palladium versus getting the Venture X, but it'll probably be easier to get Palladium than the Venture X, depending on
which honestly, I wonder if that might move the needle more for Capital One than some other cards. If they see all of these people going to the Palladium, if they might reevaluate. I know they're so deep in the Delta thing right now, but maybe it changes things.
Yeah. I think Obsidian is a good complement to your chase setup. I think it's snuck into a suite at MetLife with well, there you go. The cards are good. The program is still good. The company is just, I don't know what they're doing. So yeah, we did built again. Capital One's buying Brex for reasons. And what else did we have? That was about it. Oh, the IHG welcome offer, 175, 5,000 in 3 months. That's a good one. And the JetBlue Plus card, always good to get.
Yes.
If you fly JetBlue, get the JetBlue Plus card. I should have gotten the JetBlue Plus card.
I do not fly JetBlue, nor do I fly United, but it is a good card.
And when I logged into Chase is starting to put cards back for me to apply for, which went away after my last attempt of applying for a card. Chase
just laughs. I don't even know if I have the section to look at credit cards anymore. I think they just geo-block my address.
Maybe. The Flying Blue card is good and got better because they threw on a 3x dining multiplier and they made it easier to attain status. So those are good things. You can rack up more XP based on the amount of spend that you put through that card. So yeah, the Flying Blue card is nice and good.
My Freedom Unlimited has shipped. So I went from the Freedom to the Freedom Unlimited. I just didn't use it. I understand. Yes, I get it had dining, but I use my business gold for dining. So
when you click on credit cards, what does it show you?
That's what I'm trying to find.
Ah.
So it shows me the CSP, which I've had. It shows me the Sapphire Reserve, the Freedom Rise, World of Hyatt, Southwest, Explorer, Boundless, Visa, Disney. It just shows them to me, though. If I did like a pre-auth, it would just say no.
Yeah, probably the same for me. I just have to lower my Freedom. I have to pay down my Freedom Flex, and I have to lower my credit limit or move my credit limit on the Freedom Flex. But since I'm eligible for a CSP welcome offer, I'm just waiting for the CSP to get updated, and then I will apply for that sucker.
Yeah. The CSP... Yes, you earn MQDs on any spend you do.
Yep. $10.
So it's one MQD per $10.
Yep.
Which I do for some things. Like if I have a big purchase and I want some MQDs, I'll just hit it up. I don't do it for like small catch-all stuff. Like I could, but I'm not gonna do it for like $5 in catch-all when I can do it on my Blue Business Plus for that. But if it's, a couple $100 and I want to put it on my Delta card, I'll do that. Yep. I love my reserve. It's a great card. Both of them are.
I like how my business card options are the United Business, which I applied for, and that was my last rejection. And they said, "Get out of here, kid." The Southwest Business card and the Ink Premier and the Sapphire Reserve for Business.
I would take the preferred right now, but they're not going to give it to me.
No, I just wish the regular United Business had a full Instacart membership.
You could, buy one.
Yes, I could. And I could become a Costco member and save $20 to do that. Probably a good idea.
You should just become a Costco member because Costco's awesome.
I don't have a Costco close enough to take full advantage.
Yes, but they can ship.
They can.
And I get a lot of things shipped to me. But I am also in a place where I am used to getting things shipped versus just being able to go buy them.
Yeah.
So I have been conditioned.
I love how my business card options do not include the Ink Preferred. I have the Southwest Rapid Rewards Performance Business. Don't care. The $300 statement, the $300 card. No. United Business card, Ink Business Premier, Sapphire Reserve for Business. But I do not have the Ink Preferred offered to me. Lovely.
I don't know how much of those are tailored and how much they're just like, here's some things based on what you spend. Or they're not actual offers.
Yeah.
Because if they were based on pre-auth, I would have nothing.
Yeah. I've got the Disney Premier, the Prime Visa, the United Explorer, the Southwest Rapid Rewards, the $99 card, the World of Hyatt card, the Chase Freedom Rise, and the Sapphire Preferred. I like that I have options again. Options are cool. I'm not applying for anything right now.
No.
I need a Sapphire Preferred refresh in the worst way. And I need a goddamn World of Hyatt premium card.
Hey, I earned my welcome offer from the Rakuten card today. It finally hit my account.
Nice. I lost a big check that they sent me, and I don't know where it is, and it's going to expire next month. And there's no way to go to them and be like, hey.
Yeah, no, Keith, I'm a big fan. Yeah, I'm going to get like 55,000 points at my next payout.
Nice. You going to ship them over to Built, or you're going to do the sensible thing and do them for MR?
No, I'm going to do them for MR. Because I can either move them to Delta or just use the portal if I really wanted to. There's no reason to move them to Built. Because with my luck, I would forget, and next payout would also go to Built, and then I would be annoyed.
But you have Built Gold, so you keep it 1-to-1.
I do have Built Gold. But I am happy that showed up. Yeah, I would definitely reach out to them and be like, hey, I don't have this check. And you can see that it's not cashed.
Yeah. Maybe I'll ask them to just send it to, I don't know. I'll figure it out. It wasn't that much money. I do everything in Rove now.
Can your monthly statements?
Can you pay your monthly statement with a debit card?
I don't know. Let me find out. Pay now with a debit card. Yes, I can pay with a debit card.
There you go.
I don't have a debit card I would use. I have my bank account hooked up to it, but I could.
All right. With that,
if Delta had the debit card that United did, I would pay things with that.
Oh God. Yeah, Amex is not going to allow that anytime soon.
No, Delta's not going to allow that anytime soon.
I don't think Delta cares how they make money. They care about making money.
This is true. But
No.
it wouldn't have anything to do with Amex. They could get a Delta debit card on Visa.
Yeah. Oh no. Well, Amex doesn't have enough assets under management. I don't think they have enough assets under management to qualify for the Durbin Amendment. So they could issue the Delta debit card. I think. I could be wrong.
Amex has total assets are just shy of 300 billion.
Never mind. So yeah. Delta would have to go outside of Amex, and Delta's not doing that. All right, so there won't be a Delta debit card.
United did it with Chase.
Well, their debit cards issued outside of Chase.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Delta or United left Chase for their debit card.
Yeah. So theoretically, Delta could.
Anyway, I'm not gonna get one. So, but yes, Keith, you can pay it with a debit card. I think that's just an imprint thing.
Well, all right. With that, I think we are good to call it a night. We are 2 hours and 20 in. Y'all should check out Charling on Everyday Spends video on the Built Cash, on the Built card. If you want to hear some more negative on it. Charvizio, I apologize. I tried to stay as neutral as I could tonight. So check those out. Check out our channels. 2 Minutes, Points, and Miles. My channel. I don't have anything for tomorrow. We'll see what happens. And we will catch you guys next time. With that, say goodnight, Matt. Say goodnight, RJ.
Good night, RJ.
All right. Enjoy, folks. Thanks so much for watching. We will catch you next week.